So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. Sometime about a year ago, there was this video that I posted on my lifestyle channel. Now, I do not know if you guys know that we have several channels that showcase different parts of us. We have this one, Nezeville, where we talk about current happenings, law, entertainment news, and all of that. We have Nezeville, which is my lifestyle channel, where I talk about marriage, I showcase my day-to-day activities and all of that. Vlog, like a vlog channel. Then we have our Africa Folktale channel, where I tell you guys pleasant, powerful stories on African folklore and history in that way, that special way that I know that you guys are going to love it. So if you're yet to follow those other channels, I'm going to leave the links down in the description box and pinned in the comment section. So join me everywhere. Stalk me everywhere. So yes, guys, in That's My Lifestyle channel, Nezeville, there was this story time that I told on that channel about, was it 2 years ago, thereabouts? A true life story. It was an event that happened in my life and in my house involving I and a man that used to work in one of the banks that I worked in. He was one of our drivers at the bank. And you know, we bankers then now, those are our drivers. We have need for personal workout over the weekends. Instead of calling some random guys, we'll just call these drivers who are always very grateful for the additional job and additional money that they make on the side. So whenever I had any worker, then maybe my father comes to visit me and I needed someone to drop him back and stuff like that. Run driving errands, take me somewhere when I don't want to drive. I usually contact this guy to do it. So when I just had my daughter, I had need for this guy's services. So I called him. By then, I had left the bank. I was working in another company. And he was like working for my brother. He was like a taxi, a Bolt driver for my brother. They had the arrangement. So that day, I needed the services of a driver. I called my brother, oh, I want to use your driver. Of course, I'll pay him. And he was like, go ahead. So I called this guy. We ran all the errands. And at the end of the day, when we got home, he needed to bring out those heavy, seaway bottles. I'll leave the picture here so you can understand, like water. They're so heavy. So I needed him to bring it out and keep it just by the side of my house, something like that. While my girl, there was this girl that was with me then, she was a young girl. She is from my village. She came to stay with me when I had a baby, in addition to my help. And when it was time for her to leave, I just needed her temporarily during the holiday, the Christmas holiday. And when it was time for her to leave, she didn't want to leave anymore. She wanted to stay with me. So we're in the process of, oh, what are we going to do with this child that wants to stay with you, when this incident happened. So when we got back, because I ran that errand myself, my new baby, she was still very small, this little girl that was with me in my house, and that driver. When we got back home, I told the girl to take things upstairs while the driver carries the seaway and just keeps it by the side. I was still in the car with the baby, waiting for the driver to drop those heavy stuff and come so I could, make some transfer to his account. While I waited in the car, this my little girl, about how old, 14, 15, thereabouts, 13, 14, she just ran out to me and she's like, mommy, this man tried to grab me. He was calling me fine girl and he tried to touch me. Mugbe. I say, for where? This man has entered one chance. First and foremost, sexual indiscipline irritates me. I do not like sexual indiscipline around me. Then secondly, I don't even joke with children. I am very passionate. I love children so much. Then thirdly, under my roof in my own house, you mean this guy didn't even give me the respect that this woman is just a few seconds away? You mean this guy didn't even have the fear or the discipline to understand that this would be a bad move? So what would then happen if such a guy is a plumber or a carpenter, and just as our mom used to do in those days, they will call him, hey, go and repair that thing, and you leave your daughter with such a person? If within 5 seconds he can think of grabbing a child that he didn't know from Adam's, so you can imagine the fate of little children around such a person. So when this my baby told me, oh my God, well, let us just say that he wouldn't be doing such a thing again, or he won't be doing it in a long time, because there are many things that I tolerate, but things like this, isn't one of them. I'm going to leave the link to that particular video down below too, so you guys can go and watch that video. But that story is not even what touched me in this whole thing that I'm recounting. When I posted that video, you needed to see the comment section. Oh my God. The comment section brought goosebumps all over me. Come and see ladies, women, recounting their ordeal, their experiences in the hands of men growing up as a little child. From uncles, teachers, lesson teachers, school principals, pastors and priests and men of God, down to daddies, neighbors. I do not know how well statistics are being conducted in Nigeria, but believe me, if a statistical appraisal is run, I can bet a limb that 8 to 9 girls out of 10 in Africa, in Nigeria, have faced sexual abuse either partially or completely, or have narrowly escaped it even before they turn 14 or 15. Terrible. So while I read those comments and I pondered on the crazy prevalence of these kinds of things, my mind quickly drifted to an even more disturbing question. I was like, who are even these men that are doing these things or that have done these things? Who are they? Was there an alien invasion where they came, did what they did and went back? Or are they living amongst us here in our families on earth? The answer is no. They live amongst us. They are our fathers, our husbands, our brothers, our cousins and our uncles, our reverend men of God, our love of our lives. These men who are committing these acts or who have committed these things in the past, they are the men we see and live with every day. They dwell amongst us. Now listen, everybody should please listen. Male, female, single, married, listen. You know, whenever the discussion is about controlling the bazooka, when we start pointing out what Mr. Yul Edochie did to me and all those kind of gist, you will see all our odogus will disappear from the comment section. You will not see their face. I don't know whether it's because some people are guilty of those things we're talking about. You know, when you do something and someone is talking about it, you will just keep your mouth quiet and be looking. While some are not even interested in getting corrected. The ego thing. But in today's video, my dear brother, I am not correcting you. If you like, go and do. If they catch you, paper. When you cast, we will table your matter here and use you to talk. But I'm beseeching the audience and contribution of all and sundry, including my well-esteemed Odugus, not for your sake, but for the sake of your children, if you are parents, or if you would ever become a parent or a grandparent. A few days ago, we saw a video go viral of our African brother here, right in the same path as many others before him. He is a new immigrant to the UK. He traveled with his family, his wife and children. He's married, to study overseas. Only shortly after that migration, and there he was, caught, chatting, wooing, and soliciting for sex from an underage girl online. In this video, we're going to approach it differently. We're going to progress differently from our usual videos. Today, we're going to listen together and we're going to react together. So as you're listening, you're going to be reacting down in the comment section while I'm reacting to you.
She's a child. She's 14 years old. That's what I said. And you've just said to me that you could be speaking to others. Have you been bullying these other children?
I've never done that in my life.
Well, you have, because I've got the evidence here.
Sir, I told you. I said I'm just saying that for nothing's sake. I don't mean it.
You don't mean it?
I don't mean it.
So you don't mean it?
I don't mean it.
But you've already done the damage.
How?
How?
Do you think a 14-year-old should be pressured into sending these indecent images?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
So the child in question is 14 and he is demanding for her noodles.
Should be pressured into sending these recent images?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 43.
You told
A 43-year-old full man with armpit hair, barajike, pressuring a 14-year-old foreigner in her country, a 14-year-old child at all, to take pictures of her nakedness and send to him. So he lied to the girl that he's 20.
They fake their age then.
right.
So most...
But she hasn't. Because her parents have seen the chat.
She said in the dating app, if you are not 18, you can't open the app.
Right.
So she says she's 18. That's why I even just said, I just sent
But then she told you, when you started messaging, she told you how old she was, didn't she?
Good.
I don't believe.
You don't believe. Oh my God. The person interrogating him is asking him, she told you that she was 14 when you started messaging her. And you are saying you don't believe. As a man abroad, life is already scoring you 1-0. As an immigrant man abroad, the score is 5-0. Then as a black immigrant man abroad, life has already knocked you 10-0. So you must be very careful and cautious. Anything that has the chance of putting you in trouble, if you know that you are not deliberately looking for that thing, you will run with the back of your heels hitting your head while you take off 440. But you, as a black immigrant man, a student, you, let us say you didn't know that the child was 14. You started chatting the girl online. But this person has told you, I am 14. Any man that has sense, that wants to avoid trouble, that is not a pervert, whose stock in trade is not laying with underage girls, what is that man supposed to do? You're supposed to doubt her and assume an age and give her. Okay, let's keep listening.
You don't believe her?
Yeah, I don't, that's why.
See, you didn't once say in this chat that you didn't believe her.
I don't believe what she's doing. I thought it just performed, so I don't take it
You were asking her about being a virgin as well, weren't you?
Yes, I say.
Okay, you don't believe? The interrogator was saying there is nowhere in this chat where you even said, I don't believe you. That means you accepted that age. This man, this act he's putting is even making things worse and more annoying. So you're asking the girl, the child, if she's a virgin. Tell me what reasonable man goes to a dating site and meets an adult female an adult female that he assumes is 25, 30 or 35 and starts asking the 30-year-old woman whether she's a virgin. For him to be asking if that person is a virgin, that means he actually did believe that she is 14 or that she is underaged. If not, the question of him asking her virginity status will not have a reason in the first place. I don't know whether you guys are following this conversation intelligently. Let's listen.
You must keep your virginity. If you change the child,
So she was an adult. Why would she need to keep her virginity?
Each of them, I would say the same thing. Because me, based on my religions, I believe in sex. I believe in relationship. I believe in a relationship without sex. So that's what he's preaching.
You believe in sex, what's he saying? Relationship after sex or sex after relationship. So, Apostle, who are you? Evangelist, Father Mbaka. You left your children at home. You didn't train them to keep their virginity. Then you went to dating sites to start teaching a minor to keep her virginity. Can you see how we embarrass ourselves in public? Can you see how we bring disgrace to our families? Because I don't even have any pity for people like this. Who I pity are their families, their wives. Just imagine you as a wife waking up and seeing your husband's face plastered on the internet for sexting a little child. Just imagine you waking up and seeing your son or your brother disgraced in public like this. Those are the people I have pity for. So of all the places to preach in the world is dating app, where people hook up sites. That's where you went to go and preach for women to keep their virginity. Evangelist. You just came abroad. You haven't even put one leg down. Your wife is working. Of course she has to work because you are the student. If we check well now, we might see that the wife is working 2 jobs, working her fingers to the bones. Your children are there looking up to you. You are in a new place. And as your wife is working herself thin, Your contribution to the household is to be jumping from dating sites, one dating site after the other, luring and wooing little children that are old enough to be your child. A 42, 43-year-old man can comfortably and conveniently have a 12-year-old daughter. If such thing now didn't make it out to the public, and tomorrow we hear that the woman has left him or kicked him out, or the title, the subject on Twitter will be Nigerian women, African women always kicking their husbands out, send them abroad, you invest in them, and then when they get there, they will throw you out, as if there's any woman that they put sugar in her mouth and she will spit it out. This part of the story on how they've been begging you to leave children alone. You won't come out to the internet to recount this part of the story. You would only come and say how they are ungrateful, you trained her through nursing, you trained her. So because you trained her through nursing, she should be married to a pervert, a pedophile. Just imagine this disgrace. Let's continue listening.
Any dating I find myself, that don't allow any guy to have sex with you in a relationship. You must keep yourself.
They can send you pictures of themselves with no clothes on.
No.
So what are you asking?
I'm saying, I said it's just fun.
It's not fun.
I don't mean it.
It's not fun.
I'm telling you,
See your children in there.
Yeah, they're there.
If a 40-year-old man like yourself,
Yeah.
when your children are 12, 13, 14, if a man of your age was sending those messages to your child, what would you think of that man?
Do you know my intention?
That's a good question. Most of these abominable men have children that they treasure like gold. How would you feel if another grown-ass man is asking your little baby to send him her nakedness? I don't know whether some people lose their senses or their conscience when lust takes over their soul. This man is claiming now that what he does, his contribution to humanity abroad, is going from one dating site to the other, one hookup sex site to the other, teaching the girls and training them to keep their virginity for their husbands. God have mercy upon us. This is not a funny matter. This is not a joke. But let's continue.
I want her.
I think I do know your
Do you know
intention.
my intention? I want her to go and tell her mom.
Did you tell her to go and tell her?
No,
you tell her?
That's my intention. That's
Okay.
Did you tell her?
You want her, your plan was for her to go and tell her mom. Did you tell her directly, please go and tell your mom? You didn't. You assumed that, oh God, what a terrific liar. What a pathetic liar.
Did you tell her?
I never did that.
You didn't tell her to do that? You didn't tell her? So you think she's a mind reader?
Is she a mind reader?
She's telling me she's a single, maybe her mother does not have, maybe she's a single parent. She's not with her mother. So
she's a vulnerable child, is what you're saying?
no, maybe the father is not stable.
Right. So she's a vulnerable child. So you've groomed this child, told her that you was going to look after her.
No.
You never once, you said you lived here with your brother.
Yeah,
you didn't tell her that you had a wife and children.
I said with my brother.
Exactly. You said you live with your brother. You are a single man. You didn't tell the lady that you live with your wife and children. Shey people say it is congee abroad that makes our African men go there and make a fool of themselves. This one has a wife at home. But as the Bible has directed, let your wife's breast satisfy you. This one's wife's breast cannot satisfy him. It is a child's breast that he wants to satisfy him. He has a woman there with him in the house, but he's online fishing for little children to devour.
Yeah, you didn't say you had a wife and children.
No, she didn't. Anybody I did.
Did you ask her to be a girlfriend?
Okay.
I do. That's what I said. I do that.
So why
don't do it?
But this is what I'm saying to you. You're not getting what I'm saying to you.
I understand what
You are damaging children by talking to them in this way. Mentally,
Okay, let's see. I never mean that.
you're abusing children
I
mentally.
never mean that.
Meet the child.
I mean that.
But you
What sort of shameful thing is this? What sort of sad, shameful video is this? Such videos are particularly upsetting because they just put a mark to a certain group of people and give that certain group of people, that tribe, that nationality, that raise a bad name. You're a new immigrant and your only focus is scheming for women, even if it's not an underage child. Are you not a married man? What is a married man doing on a dating app, on a dating site? And I'll tell you something for free. There is absolutely no man who hasn't been molesting children back home who would travel to a brand new country and develop a sudden appetite to. For a man to start targeting children as a new immigrant, that had always been his stock in trade back home. But the UK is just being their karma. Imagine being in an environment where you know that it is very easy for you to be caught in this kind of thing. And you have been seeing other men getting caught and disgraced. Other men that did these kinds of things. Yet you couldn't help it. You couldn't control yourself. That didn't deter you. So you can imagine such a man in a country like, you know the country I'm talking about, where anything goes, where you can easily get yourself out of even the vilest crimes. You can imagine how such a person would operate and what he would do with children in this kind of country. He would have been like this, my Bolt driver, who couldn't resist being with a child for 1 second, even though her mother was just few centimeters away. I want to implore us again, parents, please, men like this are many back home. When you hear what women recount, aside from that video of mine, which I want you to watch and read the comments, even in your day-to-day, if you have a close female friend, if you have a female friend that opens up to you, you will see that every woman has a story of one uncle that tried to touch her or tried to sexually take advantage of her. Men like this are very rampant. And that's why topics like this do not generate a lot of response, condemnation from men. Because if you start checking, if you start digging, it might be only few that would escape. Trust nobody. Be a hawk. Here in these developed countries, they are catching them every day. Because the government is interested. Government, Oyibo, does not use ear to hear children. If you like, do anything you want to them, but if you want to mess with children, then you have messed. They don't take that one. So over there, the government is fighting for these children. There are agencies, organizations that are fighting for the cause of these children to protect them. But back home, these children don't have nobody but you and I, but us, their parents, to shield them. Protect your children of both genders, both male and female. Trust no one, no pastor, no teacher, no elder, no uncle. Trust no one. Our mothers were too trusting, and it landed many of us, talking collectively, not individually. It landed many women, many ladies back then into the hands of demons that took advantage of their innocence. Everybody is a suspect. Have an open and warm, cordial relationship with your children. Even this girl that is not my biological child, if I was that wicked auntie or that strict auntie or that auntie that would have doubted her or that auntie that she knows would just not take action or just, I beg, go away, she wouldn't have been confident and bold enough to run to me immediately and hold me and tell me. But she trusted me. She knows that I was going to protect her, and that's why she could open up to me. Who knows, if I was very wicked or strict and she couldn't tell me, little by little that man would have penetrated. If she saw that she agreed, allowed him to touch her, he would have told her, calm down by this time. Before you know it, this man will be sneaking and start messing up that little girl. That's how it starts. Because these children are very impressionable. Daddies and mommies, be close to your children. Let them be able to tell you everything. These predators, they are in our homes. They are around us. They live with us. Many, our dear men, the odogus in the house. If it is something that you've done in the past, you ask your creator for forgiveness and you turn a new leaf. But if you continue doing it, one day you would meet your Waterloo. I have always sounded on this channel that any man that has sexual discipline, sexual control of himself, has solved up to 70% of his life's problems. Most things in this life is about discipline and decision. It is not about compulsion and automation. Nobody was born or created anyway. It's a choice. Behave yourselves at home and behave yourselves abroad. Because abroad, it's not like back home that they will say, why did she wear short skirts? Why did she go to the dating app? Why did she? You turn it around and make the victim the villain. Abroad, you would pay. Don't bring disgrace to your family, to your children, to your lineage. How important is it? Is it worth throwing away your opportunities? Opportunities that people back home are praying and begging God to get just because God. Let me warn you before you say abroad they are tracking black men down. See, back then, they were actually tracking men that chat actual kids. But these days, I can tell you for free that they are posing. Onya. Igbos call it onya. You know how you set trap for rats? You put cheese on top. Rats go there, bam. That is what they are doing to our African brothers. But the question now is it really a trap? Because if it's not something that you eat, it will not entice you. It will not trap you. It's like putting a primary school boy with me now and say they put trap for me. What is my business with a primary school boy? For you to consider it a trap, that means you have interest in little children. It's like frying these edible worms that my brothers and sisters from Warri eat and put in front of me. And I know that even if I have a gun to my temple, I cannot eat it. I cannot consider it a trap because it's not something that I'm enticed by or attracted to in the first place. So for you to consider them setting children up for you a trap, that means you are a pedophile. If not, what would even make you consider it a temptation? What would make a minor be in your thoughts list at all, your thought process at all? So it's not a trap. It's just a way of bringing out and showcasing that thing that you really are and stop you before you now go ahead and hurt the real people. This our brother here will certainly face the law. He will be very lucky if he's not imprisoned, but deportation is sure. So he has thrown away both his dreams, the poor wife's dreams, the innocent children that say, oh, I've come to UK, oh, I'm going to have a better education, I'm going to do this. You have thwarted everybody's dreams just because of could not keep your kukuru inside. As we pray for our brothers abroad to stop disgracing us and pray that God gives them strength and sexual discipline, we also pray that for those that have refused to change, may they be exposed. As we pray for God to keep protecting our children, little boys and girls, from people like this, let us also realize that a bulk of the responsibility lies in our hands. Protect, watch over, be suspicious, guard and guide those little children that God have entrusted in your hands. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much more coming your way. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to join our folktale channel. Watch this video, this Igbo landing video. Oh my God, it is such a powerful true life tale. Watch it, and I'm going to see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.